You don't do
I
the
don't
same
do
thing.
that. No. No.
Really?
That's not. Why would you just be sitting and scrolling in people's comments saying, look at you, you like this music and your music is just as terrible? Is that what you do? Is that
so
what you're doing,
mean.
Afam? That's crazy.
No. I don't do it with that intention. But like, listen, when I
Okay.
see something like
That's how I would do
you
it
know?
if I was doing it. I'm not though. But if I was to,
Oh my
that's
God.
exactly how I would do it.
Nimetafuta, nimezunguka, sijapata nachotaka, narudi kwa Baba, nimeamua, niko shua, kwa Yesu kuna raha, niwe nachagua, no. I wish ningejua, ningewacha sumbua, ningekubali, nipate amani. I wish ningejua, ningekuja mapema, nimekubali, sasa niko ndani.
What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 136 of the 30% podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about the Kenyan music industry, we talk about the African music industry, and we talk about it through the lens of two music producers. And who are the two music producers, you ask? Well, myself, Afamefuna, is one, and the second music producer goes by the name of Sam Jedediah Are, and together we make the dream team. Sam, what's up? How are you?
First of all, no one asked. I don't think anyone ever asks. Second of all, I don't know about the dream team. The dream team.
We're the dream team. But we're the dream team, though. You don't think we're the dream team?
No.
You and I are like Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. I'm Jeff Hardy for sure. But like we're like the Hardy
Why
boys.
do I get to be the lame brother?
He's not lame,
Why
but
do I
like
get to
I
be
want to be Jeff Hardy.
the least.
I want to
anyway,
be Jeff
it's
Hardy,
fine.
bro.
Hey, you know what? I take myself out of that analogy. You're Jeff. You're both Jeff and Matt. You've got it, bro.
Okay, fine. Then you're Lita.
Who's
You're
Lita?
Lita.
Who's Lita?
You know, what do you mean? Who's Lita?
Who is
bro?
Lita?
Come on. Come
I don't know.
on.
I don't know Lita. I'm sorry.
She-
I don't know Lita, bro.
She used to. Anyway, never mind. But she was part of the whole Hardy Boys thing. Anyway, yeah, Sam, what's up? How are you?
Wait, Lita was a Hardy Boys.
She used to date one of them. I think she used to date Jeff Hardy.
Did you just say? Okay, you know what? Nah, it's just getting more disrespectful as we go on. What's going on, man? Let me just leave that story there. What's going on? How is everything? How are you feeling? How's life? How's your heart?
I just asked you how
my
you're
bad.
feeling. I want to know about you, bro. Come on.
I'm cool, man. I'm chill. You know, keeping it cool, keeping it below 0 degrees.
Ooh.
That was so lame.
Some people might argue that's even less than cool. So you're cooler than cool, man. Dettol Fresh.
Or not
Do you
cool at
remember the
all.
whole Dettol Fresh? Do you remember the Dettol Fresh advert? That shit has been going. It's back in rotation. Everyone keeps on talking about it.
Dettol
Anyway.
Fresh.
No, it was Dettol Cool. Sorry, Dettol Cool.
All soap is soap, bro.
Or was it Fresh?
All soap is soap,
Anyway,
apart from African black soap. That's the real soap. What was I saying? Oh, I'm all right. I'm all right. I am all right. It's a lovely day. It was a lovely day, chill day.
Yeah.
Ate some gari and ogbono soup for lunch. You know,
Hey, what's up?
made by
That's
my
what's up.
mama. Shout out to my mama. Makes the best ogbono soup in the land. I'm not even that big of an ogbono. You know, I'm not that big of a Nigerian food fan. I know that's kind of terrible to say.
What?
But okay,
That
generally
sounds like
I'm not.
blasphemy.
It is.
I'm distancing myself away from you right now. I am me and Sam. I'm distant.
All right.
Remember how we said we were the dream team?
We are not.
Yeah.
We are not anymore.
Sorry.
First, you can't distance yourself
No.
like you eat Nigerian food on a daily. Don't do that. Don't lie to your audience.
But when I do, I like it. No, but when I do, I enjoy it.
Well, yeah. So sometimes I do. I mean, usually if it's made by my mom, I'm good with that. I like. You know what I like? I like the regular,
Yeah.
just the rice, the red stew with some lovely meat in there sometimes, especially when the meat is fried. Fried goat meat is fire. So you have that on there. Then you have some plantain on the sides. Oh, some white beans. Yeah, and chili. That's it. That's my go-to. Everything else is kind of like, I'm cool. I'm cool. But then I do enjoy it. So I enjoyed some of that for lunch. That was great. I'm still watching Prison Break. Got to the end of season 1, which was dope. Although it's really weird when you know the season and you know what's going to happen next, or rather you remember. The thing is, I remember that they broke out and they didn't get caught, or I remember who got caught when they got caught. So the suspense is not really suspense. But I was still wishing Michael Scofield on and hoping that he gets it right. So that's that. Apart from that, just been chilling, making music.
On the topic of shows, before we even get to your music making, I've been watching Love Island. Oh my god! If you guys watch Love Island, you know it's
we are not doing a Love Island segment on this podcast. We are not doing a Love Island segment on this podcast.
No, honestly. So I watched the UK one. The US one is also going crazy. Apparently, although I haven't been watching it because, bro, I think watching 2 Love Islands at the same time it's insane. I don't have the capacity. I just can't do it. So yeah, I primarily watched the UK one.
Imagine
last week all episodes were fire. All of them. Like there was none, bro. There's a new bombshell called Yasmin. Oh my god, Sam, if I can tell you, she has caused so much chaos in the villa. Oh my god, it's insane. Anyway, bro, we are eating so good this season, man. Like, bro, I can't even describe how good. Bro, I can't even wait for the episode for today, because the episode for today is also looking like it's going to be a banger. Anyway, bro, shout out to the producer.
That's how you can tell, like, just cooking. Different personalities. I'm watching Prison Break, he's watching Love Island. It's just two completely different worlds.
No. Don't try and paint me like, I don't know what you're trying to paint me as.
Painting.
I also watch like action things, bro. Come on, like, bro. Yo, I'm out here as well. So,
yeah, just keep going.
I
fine.
take interest in Love Island.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, musically, have I listened to anything? I need to listen to more music. I think I'm gonna do that after the podcast. So I haven't really discovered new gems and stuff like that, because I've started the TikToks again, so which it's been pretty fulfilling.
Actually, on music. Sorry, before you continue on music, just a random question? Do you think Nasty C is the best rapper in Africa?
I cannot answer that question.
Why not?
Like, properly. I don't think. I don't know. I just feel like my initial instinct would be to say no. Because I just think that there's so much talent out there. I wouldn't just say Nasty C.
So okay, I get the industry answer. I understand where you're going. I know it, but just off feeling in terms of just who, if not Nasty C, who would you put in that conversation? 3 people in that conversation.
That's such a hard question to answer. Off feeling, I mean, I would say like Nasty C is like the best in terms of rapping, like a Western whatever. But to be honest, also, I'm not the biggest Nasty C fan, so I'm not going to like sit here and rap for him. Bro, oh my god, you've really put me on the spot here. I don't know who I would say.
But isn't this what
right
A&R's love?
like,
You're supposed to have like what do you call it? You're supposed to have like drafts of just the best just sitting in your phone somewhere. It's all right, I'll take you off the spot. Yeah, I was asking because I don't, Nasty seems to, for one, I think he just seems to be the most consistent in terms of high level music. I don't know, it just popped into my brain. I saw we were talking about music releases. So I saw he had released music, and he's been releasing music semi-regularly. So more than a lot of the other African rappers I've seen. So anyway, that's a side point. But I would like to know your 3, actually your top 5 rappers in in Africa? Since
I'm
Africa
not.
is one big country.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't. If we're talking about rap, like, bro, I haven't been locked into like the rap scene in a minute, bro. I feel like I've just kind of branched out into like R&B and the alternative scenes for a minute. So when it comes to like the rap scene, especially like the mainstream like rap scene in Africa, I haven't
Yeah,
like hip hop.
Yeah, it would be
In
difficult
quotes.
too because
Like
there's many.
I wouldn't say I'm that tapped in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the kid who I like from South Africa who's rapping right now is Kindly Nash. Like him is hard. I like his flow because it's more modern. I don't know how else to explain. I feel like Blackie from South Africa is also dope because it's closer to like the trap styles
Yeah.
that I enjoy. But yeah, bro, me the people I listen to, I'm not gonna lie, are so niche. Like it's way more niche than Nasty C. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know if I can answer that question like
That's cool.
properly. But
You're not a hip hop guy like
my
that.
gut feeling is like, yeah, when it comes to like lyrical miracle, like hip hoppity stuff, like that's just not my bag.
Yeah, got it. Understood. Apart from that, man, what have you been doing with yourself?
Nothing much. Actually, I wanted to ask you, bro. Like, what have you been doing, like, music wise?
Music. Last week I said I was part of a camp, so was there this week. That's super fun. We're doing a little bit of there's a Safari Oontz is what we're calling it. Production camp where we're trying to come together, a bunch of producers and DJs coming together to make Afro house. So that's fun. It's really interesting linking up with all of these DJs. I mean, who are, like some of the names in terms of African EDM and house music. I'm a piano, 3-step, all of that. So it's very cool. Some established names, some upcoming DJs in there. I'm not a DJ, so I'm having a blast in there, just sitting and learning. It's really interesting as a producer who makes Afro house music, sitting in a room with Afro house DJs, because they've been on ground so much. They know like what gets the plays. They know what gets people going. So I've really been feeding off that energy and saying, oh, okay, you don't really need to do this here, like sections, transitions, all of that stuff. It's very, very fun. Yeah, so we're all holed up at Fancy Fingers Studio, trying to create some magic, which is great. So I was there this week. I was there for one session, but that session felt like 3 days long. Because I was there from morning to like.
Wait, what do you mean?
Is
that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah. It was great. From morning to like I think I got home at 1 a.m. And I got on about 1 a.m. to come home and make some more music. Just because you're getting inspired by people and what they're doing. So it just felt 3 days. It felt really long just because we did a lot. There was a lot that went on that day. Producing on like 3, 4, 5 different tracks at a time. So that's super fun. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like I said, it's interesting flexing. It's interesting, not flexing, sorry. It's interesting creating within the context of other producers and what they are creating. As a producer, I'm usually just by myself in my room. And it's my ideas. My ideas are the only ideas that I have. And when I'm stuck somewhere, I have to figure it out. But then when you're the thing I like about being in a producer camp is when you're producing and you get stuck and you don't know what to do with the bass, you just stand up and you point to someone else and it's like, yo, you wanna try? You don't let them know that you're struggling, but then it's in the name of collaboration. So yeah, that's been cool. Shout out to all the producers and DJs out there.
Would you say you thrive in that type of like
No,
setting?
man, bro. I'm an intro. What do you think? I'm an introvert. I'm sitting back and just watching everyone. Like, I don't know why. It's something that I've been doing since I was a child, honestly. Just sitting back and watching things happen. I just enjoy that. Watching people interact with each other and with the art that they're doing. But I'm learning to thrive, I would say. I'm learning to thrive. I'm learning to find a. I don't say find a voice because then it's going to make me sound like I'm just whimpering in the background. But I just genuinely enjoy just sitting back and watching everything happen, and then giving my input when I think it's absolutely necessary. So now I'm trying to learn how to give my input even when it's not necessary. Like I'm just like, I think this is what should happen. Do it that way. But that's fun. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah.
But those producer camps, those songwriting producer camps can be. I think they're overall. I would say they're beneficial. It can be difficult because I think it's like a fine line between having too many cooks, but also just having the right amount of people. Because ultimately, I think the best music comes from collaboration, and mixing ideas. And, I think that really pushes music far.
Yeah.
So, bro, listen, I can't wait to hear what you guys what you guys come up with.
It's very cool. Some great music is being made there. And the camp is continuing. I think it continues for a while. So next week as well, or rather this week when people are listening to it, would be at the camp hold up. Hopefully it will not be interrupted by the on the upcoming protests and other stuff. That'll be very sad,
yeah. I mean, well, on that topic though, I really do hope on Wednesday everyone stays safe, because it looks like that's gonna be the big one. But at the same time, man, something needs to happen in the country. So that protest needs to happen, bro. But anyway, I was gonna ask, do you think, like, just being on the ground, do you think like Kenyan artists and producers and songwriters, do you think they do enough of like songwriting and production camps? Do you think it's something that we need more of within the industry, or would you rather people kind of just drew inspiration from themselves within their different corners in the industry?
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm not aware of how frequently they happen. I do know that I've heard a lot of songwriting camps happen, especially within the Afropop scene. Every time I hear of Iwaya Tajiri and that crew, they're off somewhere doing music.
Uaya is always in a songwriting camp somewhere. Because even when we had Elsie on the podcast, she mentioned being in a songwriting camp with Uaya as well.
Yeah, I mean, people have Sauti Soul had a whole bunch of even I think Soul Generation would have like songwriting and producer camps. Being part of that, I think it does happen. I don't know whether it happens on a large scale. One, because I don't know whether both producing and writing camps, like actually like songwriting. I know we don't have enough songwriting camps because we are not yet at a place where we value songwriting like that. Artists just want to write for themselves.
Are you sure? What? Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know. And we're listening to the music. I feel like if there are more songwriting camps, I feel like that would elevate a lot of the lyricism that we have. Because then it's more ideas. Yeah,
I know
artists are very individual. Like,
I know artists
that's not a negative thing to say. Artists can be very individual sometimes, and it affects.
No, but I know artists like Nikita Kering usually has a lot of camps. I know.
Yeah, they do happen. It's not like as widespread. And also, songwriting camps are usually arranged by like labels and stuff like that, and we don't have those structures as prominently.
Yeah, I think you're right, because mostly songwriting camps happen at the highest level, because it's like you're getting a bunch of people to kind of feed into this one, whether it's a project or whether it's an artist.
Yeah.
And not many people have enough resources to put all of that together. But I generally do think, okay, so the argument is, and a lot of people who are casual listeners of music wouldn't know how much or how many people are involved in some of the stars that we listen to. Like, if you look at Beyonce's credits, for example, you will see so many names, and you're like,
yeah,
what's happening here? Who are these people? And a lot of it is because like there are camps. A lot of times, these camps result into fully done songs
Yeah.
that are then passed on to the artist, and then the artist kind of just like redoes the song and then maybe adds a little bit of their own flair on the song to kind of make it more personable to them. But then there's just a lot of names behind that. And I think an ego thing comes into it, where it's like a lot of people kind of don't want to like attribute their success to other people. And I think that's why some people are like, I want to write all my songs by myself. And yeah, it's that rapper like gene where like all rappers have to feel like they write all their own shit.
As well as when you write a song, that's publishing being split into a million pieces. There's a song by that Central C just dropped called Guilt Tripping, and I was counting how many people are in the written by section, and it's over 20 people.
Yeah,
who are in the written
20.
Yeah, like it's written by Alexander Lustig, Wyclef Jean is on here somehow. It's just a whole bunch of names, and publishing has to be split. Like every single songwriter there has to get theirs. So that tends to lower the profit that you get from the song, but sometimes it could result in a better song. So that's part of it, I guess, is why. And if I'm contextualizing it to the Kenyan market, again, we don't do the whole giving writers splits. Like, have you ever heard of a song where they're paying the writer for the song, for the part that they've written and everything? Like, we don't do that as much, again, because of the systems that we have. We don't have a culture of that. So that's also partly why I think there's a negative connotation of if I write the song with someone, I have to split the proceeds and the profits of the song with them. And sometimes artists will like, I just don't want to do that. Other times artists are like, you know what, I'm not even making enough of my music to even split the little that I'm getting. So, but songwriting camps are important though. They are important in the industry.
No, I definitely think we need to have more of them. Like, and it's fine. It's fine contributing to somebody else's career.
Yeah.
Because look at it this way. Like, you could write like an amazing song, but not necessarily have the vocal range to execute it to its entirety. That's one. Two, also, you might not have the reach. And that's also a bit of a dicey. That one is a bit of a dicey scenario, because it's like, are you saying that just because an artist has a massive fan base, that the song has more value being presented to the masses by them? Or
yes,
would you rather
that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's essentially how the music industry. That's how the music industry looks at it. You know what I mean? Like, even if we look at the Marie song, just this one thing. First of all, I'm sorry, but the whole thing that's been happening on TikTok.
It's crazy. Like, I think at some point we need to stop.
It's still killing me.
We need to stop, because I went back to the original and listened to that song, and the vocals on that song are not the greatest, but people are saying that it's so much better.
No, but they're still good. No. Nope. You are not going to rewrite history for me. Those
it's
vocals
not rewriting
are
history.
Good.
It's not rewriting history.
They are still good.
She was screeching on that joint. Shout out to her. I'm sure she's talented.
Nope.
She was.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you.
All right.
Nope.
I stand on it.
Okay, fine.
I'm dying on this hill.
It's a very difficult song to sing, but
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's a difficult song.
No, it is. It genuinely.
She agreed to sing it, so she has to sing it well. If you agree to sing the song, you have to sing it well. Nothing like it's difficult for me to sing. No,
I'm telling you, I've seen so many people on TikTok, especially like vocalists, because of the way she performed it on Tiny Desk and the way that was a whole fiasco. A lot of a lot of vocalists have been saying, okay, here's me singing the song, performing it for you. And a lot of them preamble their performance by saying, this is actually a very difficult song to perform, because you're not... No, but a lot of them get it right and they do it well. And to be honest, they do it better than Marie did it. But it's just a really difficult song to sing because you're always like projecting like in that song. Like there's no moment where you're just like singing softly. Anyway, the only reason I bring this whole story up was like the music industry tried to pawn that song to other artists bigger than Marie, but she actually took it for herself, which I respect. I respect that she took that song by herself. But to be honest, in general, though, like it's never gonna be always a fairy tale story like that. A lot of people, and I guess this might be a bit of a moral conversation because, like, a lot, well, not moral but philosophical, because a lot of people do write amazing music,
Yeah.
and they're like stingy with it, and they're like, no, I'm gonna
Keep it to myself.
my music.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
keep
my
it for
rights. I'm
myself.
gonna perform my own stuff, and then they just don't go anywhere because they don't have the. Unfortunately, you don't have the pizzazz. You don't have the
Star quality.
you're just not
You don't
captivating
have the motion.
enough.
You don't have.
you don't have
there's
the
a lot
star
that goes into it.
Yeah. So sometimes it's okay to be a songwriter and be behind the scenes creating hits. That's fine. And who knows, maybe your time will come where you'll be able to like leverage everything and go your own way. But
Yeah.
it's okay
I mean,
to contribute to great music, man.
Some of the biggest hits that we've had out of camps, and some of the biggest hits that we have are songs that were written for other people that happen to land in the hands of an artist, and like Diamonds. Diamonds by Rihanna. I think that's a very popular one where it was written by and for Sia. And when you listen to it, it sounds like a Sia song. It sounds like what Sia.
Wait! Don't even go far. Did you watch the Benny Blanco interview?
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he was
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that?
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's
bro,
interviews like
that
it's interviews
interview
like
is so sick. But Sam, that interview is so sick. I came out watching that. After watching that interview, I felt so inspired. I don't know about you.
You felt inspired to write. Did you write something, or did you?
No, I just felt inspired about the whole process. It's the way he's so nonchalant. He's like, "Yo, bro, so like,
Oh, by the way, do you want to know how Diamonds came about?
Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, Sia just like writes the hook in like 3 minutes and she's done." And he's like, "What? Like, what happened, bro?" It's just so interesting hearing the behind the scenes.
It is. It's interesting seeing how songs land in artists' laps. Like it's really not every time going into the studio, like the producer and the artist working on music, and then they come out with a song. Songs go through so many lives before they reach your headphones.
But I think the disillusioning thing for a lot of people is like, oh, Rihanna didn't write the song, because
Oh
I know a
my
lot of people
gosh, gasp.
are consuming that music and they're like, oh my god, this is Rihanna speaking to me, but it's not. It's somebody else who wrote the song. Maybe she added like a few elements, but like, yeah. And I guess that's just how the music industry is, guys. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's hard to be a genius and come up with all the dope music, and then at the same time, like, have the image and just, you know what I mean? You can't do everything. Some people can, but it's very rare you have those geniuses, like the princes of the world, who just like work, musical geniuses, performing geniuses, knew how to brand themselves.
Production,
it's not
everything.
so many artists who are like that today. Yeah, you need help in the industry.
That's a very, very small portion of the industry. A lot of the time, especially the ones that are signed to labels, there's a lot of collaboration. Dare I say, even forced collaboration by the label to ensure that the song gets to where they're going. So, and that's just back to the camp situation. It's usually labels and them that try to organize that, or labels, indie labels, major labels that try to organize that. Especially like if you're working on an album, there are production camps that happen, songwriting camps. Just trying to volume is the game. Volume within a short amount of time to see how much we can get. And then from then, once you have like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 songs, then you can like pick the 3 that you want for your EP. So camps are cool, man. Camps are really necessary. I do think that we need more of that, and it should be a thing that should be taken a little bit more seriously. But before that I think we need more songwriters, like just dedicated. And I've spoken on that before. I think
sure.
More dedicated songwriters. We have a lot of producers, so producer camps I don't think would be an issue. But then I think we need more songwriting camps. I think that would just better the music, raise the floor, the quality floor of the music that we have now. Have you been in any camps? Have you been in any like actual camps where it's just
I tried to organize a producer camp once when I used to work at the studio in Karen, because we wanted to do like a trap tape thing. So I got a bunch of like trap producers to like make music and stuff. But in general, I haven't really had too much like participation in like a group setting where we're all like working towards. Although, I mean, even those days when we used to work at the studio, I guess like we used to work towards like goals and send beats and stuff. So maybe that was like a
sort of like a
camp in some way.
That's its own style.
Yeah, in some way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the way we even worked on the project with like Boutros, it was similar-ish, but it was like an informal camp style of things. I don't know, but yeah, I do want to be part of more camps. That's for sure.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. It will be cool to see more camps and even producer camps, and just to see what's going to come out of this whole Safari. Like I'm really excited for the whole Safari house camp that we're in now. Like that should be cool. Some very, very decent music is coming out of there. In other news, I was on Twitter scrolling as one often does, deep into the night, when you can't sleep. And I stumbled on a couple of tweets that I wanted to run by you. I thought I found them pretty interesting. It's a conversation that's
okay.
That's had a lot. I think it's a conversation that's had a lot in closed circles. It's a little bit hush hush. No one really talks about it in major ways because I feel like it's emotional. But let me read a couple of tweets and then we'll talk about it. So, tweet number 1: supportive friends are great, but not when they are the ones convincing you to drop that unfinished track. Drop it like that.
Okay.
It's a raw vibe. So that's number 1. Just log that in your brain.
Okay. Logged. It's logged.
Yeah. Number 2. Some of your biggest distractions are wearing the mask of support. If your friend can't tell a snare from a sax, that's funny, but keeps giving mixing advice, it's time for a studio guest ban.
Okay, interesting.
All right. Was there another one? No, those are the two. Those are the two main ones that I wanted to read. Now that brings up the whole conversation about friends and support. And I think we've had this conversation a lot about people who are aspiring to release music, but don't have the right people around them to, it's like you're in the studio and your studio is all vibes, and it almost comes off a little bit unserious, a bit unprofessional. So yeah, I don't know. It's going somewhere. But then first off the tweets, what do you think? Friends in the studio.
Friends in the studio with you. So it can go one of two ways. The first one I would like to say is, unfortunately, when friends are in the studio, they could either be overly supportive, or they could start giving you like, oh, this is what you should do, this and the third. Yeah. And at that point, that's also very distracting because it's like, just let the artist cook. There's some suggestions which are great, but then sometimes it becomes very intrusive. But then there is another side to this whole situation, which, like I said, is the whole, when everything is just so supportive and everyone is like, yo, yeah,
this is the best thing I've ever heard. Is giving you random hugs in the middle of the session, bro. Sit down,
bro. This person has just laid down a pack of ass, and everyone is just there supporting it. Bro. That's a problem. That's a massive problem. That's a massive problem we face in our industry in general. Like, there's a lot of times when people are supportive of things that are not necessarily great. Now, here's the thing. Music is subjective. So is my opinion like, does my opinion trump everybody else's opinion? No, it doesn't, because like I said, music is subjective. But sometimes you can hear when something is great and when something is not so great. And sometimes time will tell, because you look at the same song that's been hyped up a year ago by
Yeah.
people,
Absolutely.
and a year
Done
later
nothing.
that song did nothing, right? So at least you can tell that, yeah, that song was never really great. People were just hyping it up, and that shit annoys me. Toxic positivity, that's what it's called. When
It is
people are
toxic
just
positivity.
toxically
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
It's so positive. Like, y'all are just like, yo, that shit is ass. Like, and nobody is brave enough to come out and say that, because you look like a hater. And I understand.
you get your studio privileges revoked. Now you don't have anything to do on Friday evening. Like that's
Exactly.
Sometimes it's a bit the desire to go to the studio is selfish. You're not trying to help your friend out. You're just trying to pass time.
But a lot of careers have been ruined by just having yes men around you, man. You need people who will tell you the truth. And actually, I hope that I have the same, where it's like, yo, Afam, I'm not gonna lie, this music is like, you could do better. You know, it could be better. I think obviously the mode in which like things are communicated should be, you know, well thought out. But I would rather somebody told me that something I made wasn't great than just gas me up to thinking that it's good. Because if I'm thinking that's good and I'm thinking people are liking this thing, I'll never improve. I will never improve, because I'll think the mid that I'm producing is high quality, and it's not.
Yeah.
Then I'll just stay where I am, and then everybody else will just be progressing, and I'm just there thinking I'm hot when I'm not, man.
Yeah.
So, bro, that's a thing we face in our industry that needs to go. It needs to end.
It's interesting also because then it ties into the conversation about critiques. If I have friends around me who are skilled musicians, right? Friends around me who have the ear that I know that their knowledge, their music knowledge, their production knowledge, their songwriting knowledge is useful. for lack of a better word. It's like it's good. Right? There's merit there. I don't mind bringing them into the studio because I know I'm going to get legit feedback. But then if it's people who do not necessarily, like the tweet said, they don't know a sax from a snare, and they're talking, yo, the mix, throw Riverborn here. I do, like, those are the times where you just nod, oh yeah, bro, that's amazing. And then you tell the engineer, bro, don't even. Don't dare. It's a mix. Sometimes
It's a mix.
The other side of it is some people just take their friends to the studio for that moral support. And that's also necessary. Sometimes that's part of the creativity, and just having
True.
a familiar world around you to tell probably some of those stories that you've lived with those friends to put them on track. So
Yeah.
So I get that. But then one thing that we're really suffering from. Yo, this is the best song I've ever heard. And meanwhile, he's 5 cents off the whole time, hasn't put a note right, and is gassed up enough to release it and shoot a music video for it as well. Come on. Just, we have to get that.
But you're lying. At that point, you're lying to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you see, that's why it's complex, because as an artist, you do have to. So there's times when sometimes people will give you criticism, right? But there's sometimes you might know that criticism you're getting isn't necessarily stuff that you should take to heart and like change per se. So I don't know how to, like, you kind of have to internalize what's going on around you, and be very smart about how you process what, because sometimes people tell you stuff like, and it's like, no, you know what I mean? Like you said, like, you don't have people around you who can't tell between a snare and a saxophone.
Yeah.
And for those people, when they tell you things, filter them out, because you don't know what you're saying. But then at the same time, some people might tell you something, and actually, even people who aren't necessarily skilled, like there's times when, and I'm sure you've gone through this as a producer or as an engineer, you could be working on a song for a week and you've been mixing it and you've been hearing the same thing over and over for 7 days. And then somebody who isn't even an engineer comes in and hears something and they're like, wait, why does that sound like that's off? But you because you've been working on that for so long, you get so attached to how things sound, you lose all objectivity, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes somebody who has no real experience can come and actually suss that out. It's just like, bro, it's like with this whole Lil Wayne debacle with that elephant song. Like, bro, you don't have to be a professional to know that song is
that joint is
like,
amazing.
ass,
I'm not going to take.
bro.
I won't take any elephant on the track slander. That's Lin Manuel. That's Lin Manuel. He has done,
bro.
No. It's different. You see, this is the problem with the industry. The industry cries, "Oh, we have the same type of music." Then when someone brings something different and childish that sounds like it belongs on Cocomello.
Bring something different that's fire, man. That, bro, that shit is not fire. That shit is not tough, man. That shit is not tough. And if you only surround yourself by yes men, that's what happens. Music like that gets released. But anyway, I just say that to say it's a fine balance.
Some of the best music has come from yes men.
Like who?
All right, no.
Or like what?
Never mind. I was trying to think of one. I don't think I can't think of a single song that came out of Yes Man and it was fire.
The point I'm just trying to make is that there has to be some discernment between what you take in and what you filter out, essentially. But always listen to what's being said. Always listen and decide on how you're gonna react to it. But then also don't also just like get lost in the sauce. And bro, sometimes it's so easy for it to happen to you. Okay, I'll give you an example. And this is a very personal example. Oh my God, I don't even know why I'm giving this example, but this happened to me like in...
You still can get out.
I still can, but it's too late. I think this is like in 2016 or 2017 over there, right? I was just doing my beats thing. At that time, I was really posting beats on SoundCloud. I had a few collabs here and there and stuff like that. And this is when I was really beginning. And somebody was like, bro, Afam, bro, you might be like one of the best like trap producers like in the country right now, like no cap. And then I was just there like just eating into that hype. And I think like it's so weird because the day I was told that, and I think it was like at the beginning of the year, like that whole year afterwards, like I feel like I didn't even like really do anything that was worth anything. You know, like I feel like I fed into that hype of believing that I was the best. And some of those songs I was releasing at the time, to be honest, weren't that great. But like feeding into the hype really holds you back. You begin to kind of think you're better than you are sometimes. And I don't know, like you have to also, I think it's always best to strive towards something and not only think that you're the best. At the same time, you should also have confidence. And I always say this at the end of the podcast. You have to have confidence in yourself. Yes, that's true. But also, you have to not eat into the hype. And that is what a lot of Kenyan artists, they do. They feed into the hype. People will be like, oh my God, this is the best shit ever. Oh my God. And then
it's sometimes it's also the managers as well. Sometimes it's your managers who are doing that. Like,
have you ever been in sessions?
Don't you want this person to succeed?
Have you ever been in sessions where people are like, bro, yo, even Kendrick, bro, yo, like even Kendrick couldn't hop
when they start
like
mentioning
on this.
Western rappers, and you know, and I'm looking at it like, you know, this is not, you know, why are you doing this to yourself? Why would you want us to tell the truth?
Yo, let's even, yo, Sam, they'll be like, yo, let's even leave an open. Let's see if we can send this to like Travis's team. You know what I mean? Because, bro,
Oh, Travis will not be
All
jumping on
this,
that record.
but everything I'm saying is based on true events. But I know people who have felt like this about their music.
I don't.
And I'm just like,
bro, this will,
in my heart
this
of
will
hearts,
work
and I'm like,
so well. This would work so well for Drake. Like, bro, this will be amazing. Like, he fits in this so well. Yeah, it will work so well for Drake. But you probably should get to writing. Fill up that second verse. You're not getting
But
no
then,
Drake on that song.
in your
fact,
head, you
scrap
know,
the whole
if I
song,
say
actually.
in your head, you know, if I say something, I'm gonna sound like a hater, and I guess that's why a lot of
Well,
people.
I mean, it's up
aren't
to the
vocal.
friends to know how to. Yeah, it's up to the friends to know how to deliver the bad news. Like, you have to know how to construct. Okay, joking aside, you have to know how to constructively let your people know how well or not, how
they
good
are.
or bad the song
how
is.
how not great their music is.
It's up to you to figure out how to tell them that properly. And again, it's also up to this is really important too. It's up to the artist to figure out how to take that kind of criticism well. You know, like it's all meant to build, and it starts with you curating your space and knowing who you trust and who you don't trust. If you know someone's music taste, he or she has come to you and said, "Bro, my playlist is fire," and they've sent you the playlist and it didn't do anything for you, and then you're inviting that person to the studio thinking you're going to make your music better, and you know personally that might not work. So it's up to you to curate your space as well as know how to take criticism, because that's how you grow. But then just having the toxic positivity all the time. Oh, this is the best, and then you put it out. Album art, you guys just sit around there twiddling on ChatGPT, coming up with AI art and saying that that's the best thing in the world, bro. Like, we don't need to hire any artists anymore, bro. Bro, we're out of here, man. We've made it out the hood. You have not made it out of the hood. You're still in the hood. In fact, you need to find another way, another route. But
yeah. Anyway, I have very strong thoughts about this. I'm just at home looking at comment sections, laughing to myself, but not saying
that's hating though. No, you can't do that. That's hating.
Is
You
that
can't be going to
hating?
comment sections and seeing
No,
who is saying
you
that
have
this song
to,
is fire.
but you
No,
have to, but you have to do
That's
that. You have to. You have to sit at home and look at some of these things, man. Come on.
That's
You don't
hate.
do Sam. You're
That's
gonna tell
hate.
me you don't do the same thing. You don't do
I
the
don't
same
do
thing.
that. No, no.
Really?
That's not. Why would you just be sitting and scrolling in people's comments saying, look at you, you like this music and your music is just as terrible." Is that what you do? Is that
so
what you're doing,
mean.
Afam? That's crazy.
No. I don't do it with that intention. But like, listen, when I
Okay.
see something like
That's how I would do
you
it
know?
if I was doing it. I'm not though. But if I was to,
Oh my
that's
God.
exactly how I would do it.
But yeah, listen, guys, if you take anything from this podcast is just be real with your friends. But then also, like, on a serious note, like, jokes aside, as an artist, I understand. Like, you get very, very attached and very, very territorial and defensive over your music. And so somebody telling you anything about it, it feels like a gut punch.
A personal
Like,
dig.
to
Yeah.
to your,
it feels like
yeah,
they're
to your
rejecting you.
being.
Yourself.
It does. It feels like you're saying, Afam, you're actually a very
You're terrible,
trash
man.
human being.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
thing-
Just
You
know
dropped
what I
out
mean?
of school for this?
But anyway, that's how that feels. But then you do need to have, like, the truth needs to like shine, because it's the only way that you'll get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to be
if
real
you
with
have
your
a
friend.
if you have a friend who writes really well, for example, but their vocals aren't doing well, and you've seen them do vocal lessons and the improvement isn't there, but their writing is really good, I think sit down with them and be real and be like, yo, the music you write is amazing. So let's do this. Let's make demos. Let's start shopping them around and seeing if we can get like artists to hop on them. And that's still a bag. That's still a huge opportunity to like, bro, what if you're making demos, shopping them around, you get Nikita Kering to do that song that you've written? Bro, that's still a win. Still a massive win. Now, yes, is your dream of being the forefront and being the person who's like getting all the accolades fulfilled? Maybe not, but you're still succeeding in this way. And then also you can still try and improve on your vocal on your vocals and try and be better, but like at least you're doing something and you're approaching it realistically.
Yeah.
As opposed to, and that's what I'm saying. Like some people might take what we're saying negatively because it's like we're not telling anyone to like give up on your dreams, because you should never ever give up. But also you need to sit down and be very realistic. Very realistic. And that's what happened to me when somebody told me I was the best, and then for a whole year it was just 12 months proving why I'm not the best. And you have to sit down with yourself and be like, no, I'm not the best. Actually, I need to humble myself and realize there's so many other producers doing so many other cool things that I'm not doing. I'm not there. I'm not even close. You know, so it's just about being real with yourself.
Yeah. On that, then you have to be selective about the people around you and ensure that the people around you are going to help you grow. Because if you know you're not where you need to be, then you need to have, the saying is usually, don't be the smartest person in the room. Don't be the best beat maker in the room. Don't be the best songwriter in the room. Always have, and that's a good thing about songwriting camps too as well, is just that opportunity to be in an environment where you're constantly challenged. I think it's really good for artists and producers to be in that kind of environment constantly, so that you're feeding off people, and it's a good barometer of where you actually are in terms of your career and skill level. So yeah, man, pick the people around you wisely and be in. Don't just listen to, like, if people tell you your song is fire and you know that these guys have never said a negative word towards you, they've never criticized you for anything, and you probably won't take that with a very, very pink Himalayan grain of salt. But that's that. Let's get into new music.
Let's get into new music.
What have you been up to, listening to? What did you like?
Mamacita. Okay, sorry, never mind. That's a Love Island reference that makes no sense in this context. So I've been listening to Machete by Brooklyn Boys. Love the sample. It's good to see they're back doing stuff together. Kwanini Kesho. I listened to... want to give a big shout out to Cheru. She released a song with Modest Chabari, produced by Modest Chabari, called Pewa. Really huge fan of the hook and the pre-hook in that song. Like, really well executed. I would even go as far as to say this is one of my favorite songs that has come out from Cheru. So just want to give her flowers. She's doing well. It's really good to see the progression in her career. So yes, let's see. I also listened to No More by Moji, Shortbabaa and Chris Clave. Really liked it, produced by Wuod, Omollo. So shout out to them. I think that was really good. Backbencher by Toxic Lyrically and Country Hype also came out. Really digging that release, bro. I love that. It's that like raga bounce, that do. Okay, I don't know how to do it like on the microphone, but anyway, it's really fire. I really tried that, but I failed. I'm sorry, that's so embarrassing for me. I'm cringing. Anyway, the last song I want to say I listened to... Okay, the last... I'm going to say the last... Yeah, the last song I want to say I listened to was Close to You by Pink Panthers. What a song. This is a song that came out a while ago, but like... it came out like on social media, but I think they couldn't clear it properly, so she released it recently. And it's a banger. Like, she never disappoints.
Well, that's cool. I'm in my Afro House season, so I'm going to point out all the Afro House tracks. Idaziz was on here. Sama, with Basti, Grub, and OTXX. So that was cool. Idaziz again with Mocha. We have Saint Evo with Vika La Vika. Nesmburu was on here twice. Usiku with Will B, and then Hakuna with Jesus Aram. I don't want to say his name wrong. Just a whole bunch of Afro House tracks were released. There's a new one, a new guy called Jeff Alex, who I wasn't aware of, but it is Assalamu Alaikum. And yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. It's Afro. I mean, I don't want to say house, but it's EDM. Karun also released a remix to Reason, which is my favorite song of her previous project. I really enjoyed that. That's just some good house EDM music. And yeah, man, it's been I don't know why. It just feels like there's been a lot of Afro house people just coming out of the woodworks. Like it's just everyone is doing Afro house
It's
now.
the year of the Oontz, bro. It's the year of the
It
Oontz.
really is. It really is. It really is. Would you do you want to give our pick?
Easy, yeah. I want to bring it in. Actually, Sam put me onto this because I hadn't heard this, but then when I did, I was like, "Yo, this is actually fire!" Because I didn't know them. So this is Miseda, and he released a song called "Fine Lady." And bro, like he's in the same. I feel like he's in the same lane with like XO. They're kind of doing something similar,
Yeah.
but it's a vibe.
It's a new crop of
It's a-
guys.
Yeah, it's a new crop of guys kind of hopping on that like Afro beat, like R&B
Afro R&B
vibe.
wave. Yeah.
Yeah. That toxic. You know what I mean? Actually, let me tell you who's leading. They're all from the Caleb Awiti school of like toxic, like Afro R&B. We're
toxicity.
gonna like yeah. So
Oh, man.
yeah, shout out to Miseda, and you guys are about to listen to the song Fine Lady.
Eugene.
Your body's amazing. You're driving me crazy. You know that I'm ready. Come save me. Oh girl, you amaze me. Don't think that you face me. You know that I'm ready. She want a big boy thing, she got big boy M. GLE, this a big boy Benz. Oh my G's, I can't speak for them, but you see us now, we don't live in ends. Eat with them, chill with them. Them are not done, we don't mix with them. Girl, you're a 10, you stay winning them every single time. You don't miss the pen. Cause I'm 6'10" on top of my M's. Hop on the beat and just say I want you. They never show you the things I can show you. They never love you the way I can love you. Baby, you drive me crazy. Baby, my lady, your body's amazing. You're driving me crazy. You know that I'm ready. Come save me. Oh girl, you amaze me. Don't think that you face me. You know that I'm ready. Big boy thing, she got big boy M. GLE, this a big boy Benz. All my G's, I can speak for them, but you see us now, we don't live in ends. Eat with them, chill with them. Them are not done, we don't mix with them. Girl, you're a 10, you stay winning them every single time. You don't miss the pen.
That was Fine Lady by Miseda. Shout out to him. He's actually an artist who I don't know too much about. I'm really learning more about him real time, watching a bunch of his music videos on YouTube. So yeah, man, definitely somebody
Yeah.
to pay
Shout out
attention
him.
to.
Going to pay more attention to bro. But yeah,
Exactly.
that's that. That is that.
That is that,
for
man. And
136.
that's yep. You guys have been listening to us for 136 episodes, and for that we thank you. If you're new here, I like to end the pod with the 3 C's, which is kind of like a mantra that I've set for myself on my path to self-improvement as a creative. Number 1 being confidence. You have to be confident about your art. Number 2 being consistency. You have to be consistent. So many people doing the same thing. If you're not consistent, you will not shine through. And by the way, consistency is more valuable than talent. And number 3, craft. Always work on your craft. Always dedicate some time of your day to working towards your God-given talent or your God-given, skill and what you've chosen to dedicate your life to. And with that, yeah, man. This was a nice episode, Sam. As always, I love producing this show with you, bro. I think I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just like I'm saying
Fill in the blank with a
right
little
now.
bit of some
Yeah.
some
I'm
sentimentalism.
yapping. Stop me, please. Stop me before I
Fill
go
in the
into deep.
blanks with sentimentalism. It's okay. We're used to you. Hey, listen, guys. Put a couple of cucumber slices in your water. You will thank me. And be real with your friends. Tell them that their music is bad, but then also suggest how they can improve it. And if you don't know how they can improve it, just smile.
I'm not gonna lie,
When they ask
Sam.
you,
I don't
Is
like.
this fire?
I don't
just smile.
I don't like cucumbers, bro. So I'm not gonna take your advice.
Wait, you don't like
cucumbers?
Oh, you're one of those. Why
Sam,
Yo, what do you mean you don't like
cucumbers
cucumbers?
suck.
Put one
Cucumbers
slice in
suck.
water. You will
They
thank me.
suck.
I promise you.
Bro,
They
pickles
don't. They have a
are
very-
amazing. Pickles are amazing.
Okay.
Cucumbers are horrible. Oh, okay, it's the same thing.
So you
But
like evil cucumbers?
yes. Cucumbers
man.
are just
Ayo,
like drink water, bro. Just drink water. Also,
No, water
watermelon.
doesn't have a
I
taste.
have beef with
Water doesn't
watermelon,
have a
bro.
taste.
I have beef with watermelon. Like, bro, whenever I see watermelon in my fruit salad, I'm like, get this nigga. Bro, like, why do I have watermelon in my fruit salad, bro? I might as well just drink.
Like, why?
Might as well just drink a glass of water. Why am I eating cucumbers and watermelon, bro? It's so pointless, man. I know so many people listening to this podcast right now hate me for these thoughts, but please.
No,
keep
maybe.
those
I mean,
shits
you might
away
have your
from
people.
me.
You might have your people, but anyway, listen. Hey, don't put a cucumber in there instead. Then do whatever you want, or just drink your water
Thank you.
straight like that, like a crazy person. Shout out to all of you, and we will catch you in the next episode.
Yes, sir.